Welcome back to our championship run. We'd like to be doing our Battleground recap tonight. I'm a couple days behind on everything, just because life has been crazy with work. But that's no matter. We got a lot of wrestling to talk about. We got Battleground to catch up on today, and I got Raw to do this week still, and then we got SmackDown to do this week still, because SmackDown's live and supposed to be better, and it gives us more to do. So let's get shit started. So Battleground was pretty awesome, I'll say. A lot of shit happened that I did not see coming. That does not mean other people didn't see it coming. That just means that I had a couple nice surprises over the weekend, which is always good for wrestling. Many times it feels predictable, like you know what's going to happen, and you just get disappointed time after time. Like my AJ heartbreaks for months. But that doesn't really happen as much anymore, because now I know he usually loses.
He's really taking over this match.
Alright, but anyway, so the first match of the night was pre-show Breezango versus the Usos. And no, I pressed the button, fuck you.
But I think the one the crowd likes to
STF.
see above all the others is the surfboard.
Definitely looking confident.
Shut up. So Breezango fought the Usos. And I think, I'll say I think, because I don't honestly remember. I think before the predictions, I said that the Usos are on there because they're in trouble because of Roman. And I said that if the Usos lose, I'm pretty sure it's because of Roman. And that's pretty much what happened. At the end of the match, had a couple good back and forth moments. But eventually, Breezango beat the Usos, which is crazy considering the Usos were the champs for a while, right? I want to check one thing real quick. They were the champs for a while. No, wrong one. This one. Okay. I switched these. So the match was all right. I mean, it's pre-show, not really that big of a deal. But the Usos did lose, and I really feel like that's because they're still pissed off at Roman Reigns, like WWE, and they're teaching everybody in his family a lesson now. I have no proof of this, but it does sound. It sounds good, right? It sounds like something WWE would do.
So damaging.
I'm not sure I can watch this.
So the first real match was Sasha and mystery partner against Dana Brooke and Charlotte, just for the hell of it tag team match. Sasha was teasing for the days coming up before that it'd be a surprise that not even Dave Meltzer could predict. If you don't know, he's like the quote-unquote go-to guy for most people. Like look to him for wrestling insider information and tips and all that bullshit. So if she made the joke of Dave won't know, I didn't know who it was gonna be. I had a couple of predictions. I thought maybe Nikki Bella, could have been Bayley, could have been a lot of people, but I will admit right now, I will say I'm an oversensitive man. Really goofy things make me tear up or get giddy or laugh or overexcited or shit like that. So Sasha is waiting for her secret reveal partner to come out, and she keeps nodding with the boss smirk on her face, and she looks pretty pumped. So I wasn't sure who it was going to be. She then does like the official nod, like this is the time nod, and Bayley's music hits, and Sasha gets the biggest, happiest, most genuine smile ever. Like I mean, it's obviously she's proud of her friend. She's like just so pumped that Bayley's finally there, and the crowd was absolutely apeshit. It was her debut was amazing. Everyone's cheering and screaming for her, obviously. She comes out to wacky inflatable flailing arm tube men. The one kind deflates on her head, so she gives it a high five in playing off one of the cooler moments that happened. And then her and Sasha go to proceed to beat Dana and Charlotte, obviously. I felt my eyes welling up a little during her entrance, like I said. Sasha and Bayley win. and they tease hugging each other because they're such good friends. They do this kind of thing where, like, maybe a chest bump, maybe a hug, but not really. And you can tell they're fucking around having a good time. And they basically bum rush into each other and give, like, the biggest hug to each other ever. And it was, I mean, it was honestly really cool. It was awesome how pumped everyone with Bayley was for, how pumped everyone was for Bayley coming. It was amazing how happy Sasha was to see her friend. I can actually kind of feel my eyes welling up now a little, thinking about it again, because it was just like, it was like one of those beautiful, pure wrestling fan moments that everyone that watches wrestling wants. They want to be happy. They want to be ecstatic and see, like, the little people do good. Like, they just had the draft, and Bayley missed the draft, and everyone thought, well, it's not time for her to come up yet, I guess. And maybe that was the teaser for that's why she's coming out now, I don't know. But I didn't see it coming. I thought it was possible. I honestly didn't see it coming. But the whole thing was honestly really amazing. Maybe not one of the best matches of the night, but for what happened, just like 5 stars. 5 Tobes out of 5 Tobes.
He's too good inside the ring to be out on the floor for long.
He blew his fucking head. So that made me really happy really early. Next was the New Day versus the Wyatts. And Big E almost killed himself doing his spear outside the ring again. So he needs to stop doing that. It's starting to, like, actually scare the shit out of people. Xavier Woods looked like he was gonna turn. He looked hypnotized again. Looked like he was gonna turn on the New Day. Right before something bad happened, he, like, snapped out and beat the shit out of Bray Wyatt, or at least through the flurry of punches, which is good enough. The New Day ended up losing after Xavier Woods tried to mount his comeback, but Bray Wyatt did the spider crab thing and just scared the shit out of him, and he couldn't come back from that. So the Wyatts finally won an important match. When they're a 3-man tag team, they should never actually lose, because they're just that good. But there's a couple good spots in the match too. A couple jumping outside the ring things. I think it was pretty good, all around pretty good match. Pretty good. Hey, it's Finn. He's on Raw now, but we're not going to talk about that yet. So, next up was Zack Ryder versus Rusev. The ending was predictable. At one point, you actually might have thought Zack Ryder was going to win. I did. I actually thought he had it locked up. He did the Rough Rider. He got to do the boot, and I really thought he was going to beat fucking Rusev, which would have been amazing. But instead, no, of course. Oh, that's what it was. So he does all of his special moves, his finishers. Rusev has him in the Rusev Crush maneuver, and Zack Ryder starts standing up out of it like he was going to actually, like, not lose. After Zack Ryder hit his finisher and Rusev hit his finisher, actually Zack Ryder was going to come out of it and actually maybe win the match. But then Rusev did the crazy overextension Rusev Crush, where he, like, pulls him over himself backwards and looks like he's actually, like, killing the person. So Zack Ryder lost. Rusev was getting all hyped up, ready to talk shit and beat his ass some more. And Mojo Rawley made his debut by just Ultimate Warrior running down the ring, getting in Rusev's face, screaming at him, getting hyped like he does. Him and Zack Ryder were the hype bros in NXT. So I think they're teasing putting them back together as a tag team, but I'm not 100% sure yet. But it was pretty neat. It was neat seeing how fucking hyped up Mojo Rawley was. Because that motherfucker was hyped. Which is his thing, of course, but, like, you should watch, if they have his entrance for Battleground somewhere online, you should watch it because it's really neat. After that was the best show of the night, Kevin Owens against Sami Zayn. The entire match was brutal as shit. At one point, Sami Zayn botched one of his moves. Looked like he re-broke his shoulder, or really, actually, like, legit fucked up his shoulder. He was doing the arm shakes all night, which made me think that his arm was numb, and he was trying to, like, unnumb it. But he fought through the pain. There was tons of cool spots in the match. They both hit finishers back and forth. Couldn't really tell who was going to win. I genuinely thought Kevin Owens was going to win because it just seems like that's what happens. But they're going back and forth more and more. They're getting fucking crazy with each other. And at one point, at the end of the match, Sami Zayn throws Kevin Owens into the corner. It gives him the haluva kick. This was, I'd say, about 20 minutes into the match. So they're both fucking gassed, exhausted as shit.
I'm not sure if he knows where he is.
Can I hit him with this finisher? Isn't this the fucking curb stomp thing? But so they're both gassed as shit.
Bring everybody to their feet.
He's adding insult to injury by using that move against his opponent.
That was that's stupid.
This may not end well.
We'll do it this way, 3-1. So they're both gassed as shit.
Oh man, this has gotta hurt.
Zayn gives him the haluva kick. He kind of collapses into Sami's arms in the corner. And he did this cool dramatic pause of like, this is my best friend. Or, I mean, real life they're probably still best friends, obviously. But it was that, this is my best friend. We're fucking murdering each other right now. What are we doing? This is horrible. And like, Kevin Owens looks dead in his arms. And then he just pushes him back in the corner against the turnbuckles. He gives him a second haluva kick. And he pins Kevin Owens for the 1-2-3. I was super pumped Sami Zayn won. I hope they take it easy on their feud for a little bit. It has been going on for too long. They legitimately can't keep ruining each other's things all the time. So I'm glad that in theory, they'll be taking time out from that. I'm not sure if anything's happened the past couple days that would go against what I'm saying, but they are trying to at least they're done for now. That's good. They're apart. They can live happily together again. Next was Natalya versus Becky. Natalya worked Becky's leg the entire match. Taunted her like crazy because she's a heel, obviously. And so of course Natalya won because Becky can't get a break from anything at this point. All she does is lose. The dumb part of the match was, so Natalya works the leg the whole time, but Natalya's finisher is the sharpshooter. And I don't know how many of you have wrestled with your friends when you were kids, or wrestled with your friends as adults like I do, or anything like that. If anyone's ever put you in the sharpshooter, it doesn't hurt your legs. Your legs have nothing to do with it. You just hold their legs. The sharpshooter hurts your back. It's like a Boston crab. It hurts your back. But they work the legs all the time for those moves, and it's kind of dumb if you really think about it. So that was kind of stupid, but other than that, it was a really good match. Or a pretty good match. Very dominated by Natalya. A lot of taunting. Becky needs to stop losing, though. They make her lose too much. Hopefully they have a plan for her, but I don't really know. I don't write the wrestling. But they need to have a plan for her, because if not, she's going to be doomed. I know she can lose a lot, and everyone will still be okay with her.
This will test his mettle,
but I'm kind of concerned about what they keep doing here. Next match was Miz against Darren Young for the belt. Couldn't really tell who was going to win. The match was going back and forth a lot. At one point, they're all outside. I mean, by they're all, I mean Bob Backlund, Darren Young, Miz and Maurice. Maurice starts screaming about how Bob Backlund hurt her, but she was still standing up. So Miz comes out to yell at Bob Backlund about hurting Maurice. And then Darren Young runs out and throws the Miz in the crossface chicken wing.
That'll have you worrying about long-term injuries for sure.
All he did was put him in the crossface chicken ring outside. Crossface chicken wing outside the crossface chicken wing outside the ring. And that's all he did. Nothing more, nothing horrible. And he just locked it in outside the ring, and the ref calls the match. And I'm still not sure who actually won. I'm not sure if The Miz won because of Darren Young snapping out and putting the crossface chicken wing on him outside the ring, which should be okay. Or if they both lost because it got too intense. Or I don't know what the fuck happened. But the cool thing was Darren Young started doing what Bob Backlund used to do, where he would put someone in the crossface chicken wing, not let go.
Stay down. Stay down.
And a lethal
Yeah, stay down. He would put in the chicken wing, not let go, and then stare at his hands like he was a fucking serial killer.
Wow.
And that's what Darren Young did walking away after the match was over, which was kind of cool. It was a nice throwback to learning to be more like Bob Backlund, we'll call it.
That stop might have only lasted a second, but it's going to be felt tomorrow.
That may be felt for a lifetime.
This is your moment. This is a lifetime. Something, something.
This is such a painful hold.
Nope. It's not going to be enough, bud. I think I got you in spite of your little boosty there. Oh, he faked me out. There we go. The next was Team So Cena, So Soft against the Club. Cena came out first. He sat on the turnbuckle and told Enzo and Cass to go nuts with it. Do your thing, boys. When they got out there, they said that the three of them together were the Mount Rushmore of certified G's. Cena starts laughing, and I feel like Cena finally got it. Like, I know Cena gets it. And he's been doing the I'm Uncle Cena, you guys are crazy, I don't really understand you maneuver. But it seemed like he finally got it. Or he was having more fun with it than usual. So they were all having fun, making fun of the Club, obviously. That night's that list was life tips.
And there's the
where
and what a great opportunity this is.
Enzo would be like, don't eat yellow snow. Everyone yell, how you doing? And that's when it seemed like Cena really started getting it. Like, if not before, right there. And they're rattling off life tips, like don't eat yellow snow, don't pee in the wind. Good stuff like that. The best one was Enzo said, don't eat a banana and make eye contact with other people at the same time, which is a weird sexual blowjob joke, which I thought was fucking hysterical.
The title's not on the line, but the champ can't afford to look past this.
I'm not looking past anybody.
He can lose momentum or even worse, get an injury.
We're defending against everybody. So the life tips was pretty good. At the end, because they were in Washington, D.C., Enzo said, he's like, hey, but you know we're going to beat your ass, we're going to kick your teeth in, make you till the crap comes out, and then while you're digging through your crap to find your teeth, we'll whoop you even more. And he goes, and you can't Washington, D.C. me. And he slowly does the, obviously John Cena, you can't see me motion. And Cena was laughing and thought it was the greatest thing ever. And at that moment, they went perfect. They went perfect soft. Frieza swung by, fought Cell. Even though I think that's the same person, I don't know my Dragon Ball Z that well. But you know what I mean. It was just really cool. And then, of course, Team Cena beat the Club because the Club can't be friends anymore. And Cena's looking a little tired. That was my that was my big takeaway from that match. Cena looked more tired than usual, and if he's starting to gear down in his wrestling career, it makes sense now. It'll be okay. He has too much else going on. But the match again, the match was pretty good. Cena AA'd AJ off the turnbuckle for the victory. That's one of the times where he looked like he had a little too much. Took a little longer than usual. Old man Cena.
Oh no, Sami Zayn is in deep trouble. I mean, real deep.
Thanks, man.
We're looking at complete domination here.
Orton came out on the Jericho show.
We know what's coming here.
It went about 15 minutes, which was 14 minutes too long. It did get to the conclusion everyone thought that was going to happen, where Orton RKO'd Jericho to welcome himself back to wrestling. The big difference was Randy Orton looked extremely happy the whole time. Like, big smile on his face, which was kind of neat. Like, really happy to be back, really excited to be in the ring talking shit. He was making fun of Brock Lesnar. He made a comment about how Brock Lesnar failed the steroid test, basically. And Chris Jericho said, "You're a stupid idiot. You actually will probably pay for that one in real life." And Orton just smirked and smiled and said, "Yeah, probably. It's okay, whatever." He also ripped on Jericho for having Fandango be his first match back when he came out of retirement. Or, like, came back from break. As opposed to Orton, who was fighting the Beast Brock Lesnar on his first trip back. So they oh no, that's not good. So they argue back and forth. Obviously, I'm gonna try to keep talking while I do this. I'm not making a mess here. They argue back and forth. You know, they go to Viperville. The tickets won RKO. Something, something, something. And Orton comes back. Jericho told him to drink it in at the end. Hopefully this lasts until the end of this match at least. So Jericho told Orton to drink it in. And he kept like making him fake flinch like he was going to give him an RKO, but didn't do it. And then of course did it at the end because that's what everyone wanted. That's what everyone paid to see. The RKO come back. And finally was the triple threat with both locker rooms watching because of where was the belt going to go. And it was another Shield triple threat match. It was what it was. But the important thing was double clean finish almost. They fought for I'd say it was about 20 minutes with big fat Roman Reigns back. Ever since the drug stuff, he looks a little chubbier than usual. Oh, so hold on. Uh-oh. The Beast is to come out, isn't it? That's his music, the wow 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 noise, isn't it? Thought so. Thank you.
Triple H has just enlisted the help of the Beast incarnate to take him down.
Oh, it's gonna be good next time. But so it's a fat Roman Reigns triple threat match.
This is wonderful.
Seth Rollins,
something so diabolical. Brock Lesnar is going
Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns were fighting at the end of the match. Roman, Superman no-sold the turnbuckle bomb that killed Sting. And then he bounced off that Superman punched Seth Rollins. Oh no, Rollins ducked it. So he ran off the ropes. Speared Rollins. Ambrose comes in from outside the ring. Fuck him. Yeah, we got out. So Rollins gets speared and injured, or taken out. Ambrose runs in, gives Roman Reigns the dirty deeds. 1, 2, 3. Shane and Daniel Bryan freak the fuck out, stoked, start running around the ring that their champion won. The locker room's cleared out. The locker room
Welcome
cleared
back
out.
To the show.
The SmackDown one.
Let's talk. How do you feel about?
I refuse to let Triple H decide the fate of this championship. It's an honor
I thought this
to
was
be
gonna be happier.
champion, and I
whatever. So
Let's talk about what some would say you're showing it.
sometimes to get.
Oh, this is all stupid. So the SmackDown locker room came out to help Dean celebrate. The Usos threw Dean on their shoulders, which seems like a weird slap in the face to Roman Reigns. But all in all, pretty good pay-per-view. I'm glad Ambrose is keeping his belt because he deserves to have it for a while. I never would have thought months ago that this would be the situation right now where Ambrose is the best champ ever and Roman Reigns is a nobody and all that good stuff. But wrestling's pretty good right now. I genuinely enjoy watching wrestling right now, which is awesome. It's supposed to be fun and entertaining, and it is. But that was the Battleground recap. All in all, I'll give it 4 Tobes out of 5. And be prepared for another couple wrestling videos the next couple days because we have a lot of wrestling to catch up on. Thank you very much for watching the video. I will see everyone later. Lates.